Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Wilds, where today I think we're gonna have ourselves an AT festival. Cause I know I need more AT tickets from all the ATs. And I imagine other people can also use extra AT tickets, considering there's the armor transcendence, there's all the armor to begin with, there's the charms, just to have them. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Also, dang, this festival is lasting 4 weeks. I didn't realize that. But let's go ahead and get this here lobby ID. And there we go. Lobby ID has been made public. I dare say I'm going to take a little bit of time to save some sets. Because if we're going to be bouncing between the ATs, I'm going to want to have loadouts for each of them. I am also going to name them. There we go. That's one down. Now for raid down, I'm going to want me some Thunder Res. And then I'm gonna get my Mighty Jewel back. And what else would I like for a Dow that is a 1 slaughter? If I'm honest, probably just like... I could go for the 3rd point of speed eating, but then I'd get too used to that, probably. Let's instead... Stun res? Stun res. Oops. Oh, wait. I need to make a change before I finalize this set, because it needs to have my ice axe. And I don't know if it's gonna actually keep the appearances that I set, but go, ice axe for Ray Dow. And then let's go ahead and grab the water axe. And then we'll make an Uthduna set. So for Uthduna, having water res is nice. But I'm not gonna go for full water res. Because A, I've got plenty apparently. And B, 2 points of Mire Walker Really helps against AT with Duna. Except this isn't the Uthduna set if I'm using the water axe. Fire res. And then I'm going to instead want 2 points of adapt ability. Except only 2 points of fire res doesn't make me fire immune. Gonna have to drop a mighty jewel. There we go. Wish I didn't have to do that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And now to get ready for Uthduna. Again, I really don't know if it'll actually care about what my layered stuff is. So now we go for 2 points water res and 2 points Mire Walker. And we bring back the mighty jewel. There we go. I know the login bonus is available, but I don't remember exactly how many tickets I've got right now. Or vouchers, lucky vouchers. I don't want to necessarily get them early. Well, we are not going to be doing any of these today. Well, except for the 9-star and the maybe 3 quests and cliffs. Or no, because Jindaha doesn't count as cliffs. But event quest and 9-star, that will happen. Anyway, I got ready for Uthduna before I got ready for anything, or, well, most recently. Which means that I still have the Uthduna set equipped, so I'll go ahead and start there. And, yep, players and support hunters, automatic flare off. Okay.
I'm counting on you.
And how long do I have on my food buff? 43 minutes. Do I still have insurance active? I do. So, time to just get my items. I like how you can have your demon drug and armor skin and the timer doesn't start ticking down while you're in the hub. Technically, I'd get a few more seconds out of them if I waited until I was actually on the quest. But, meh.
The hunt is on!
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Didn't even know it did.
Really? Stunned by the first non-countered hit. Ow. Uthduna is one of those monsters where a lot of its attacks have much slower animations than I want them to. Dang, and that was countered.
Wheels inbound.
Like I said, a lot of its attacks have much slower animations than I want them to. Cool, got caught without any sword juice, and thus forced to morph. Dang it. Thought it would stay immobile for a little longer than it did.
He says it.
Fired my slinger there because I saw the scout flies and thought, oh, did it leave some slinger ammo? No, it didn't. I know from experience that that is not offsettable. Decent timing for a para. Not ideal. Would have been nicer if I was amped. But during the rush back in after an offset, yeah, pretty decent.
Monster.
Gotta put a dent in it.
As nice as it is... Hey, how'd the veil come back? It didn't even finish its animation. As nice as it is seeing over 100 damage per tick on a full release, been seeing videos lately of charge blade players doing over 1,000 damage per tick on their SAEDs. Or UAEDs, I guess? Either way, I'm jealous. I wish my files did 1,000 damage per tick on any of my moves. Bonk. Let's just use that when we know we've got a really good pierce. I feel when Adrenaline Rush activates, but you don't actually dodge the roar. Be nice if that Rathalos over there came to help. Oi, King of the Skies. You.
Other monsters horning in.
Get over here. Yeah, do you smell that fish? I see you sniffing around, buddy. You, help.
The monsters are fighting each other.
Oh, they actually have an official turf war. Oh, someone made a mistake. Ah, but he got away using his venomous claws. Hey there, Outlander. Monsthornst indeed. Or Monsthornst. Mornsthornst.
Shopcats down and
Way too early on that, but hey, I got adrenaline rush.
blinded it.
It has just occurred to me that perhaps blinding such a large monster that has so many full body moves that hit so hard might not be wise. Careful there, Outlander. Monster Hunter, yeah, Monster Hunter Wanster was the previous game. This is Monster Hunter Winster.
Almost there.
We've received additional supply items. Take a look.
Yeah, this is a particularly dry spot to be fighting an Uthduno, but that's because I pulled it over here because there was a Rathalos to help us. And it hasn't moved back to the water, so I'm not about to take it there. Oh, whoops. Well, that was way too early. I was thinking it would be like, I don't know why, but I had in my mind it was like the dam, and I could, you know, hook onto it and then press circle with appropriate timing to then pull it. But no, that's not how those rocks work. Are you coming up here to... Yep, you're coming up here to play with this Mizutsune. Be neat if we could get the Mizutsune to get the kill. Hey, Mizutsune, are you aware that there's an Uthduna right there? Right. Mizutsune is not going to turf war with Uthduna because Uthduna too recently had a turf war with the Rathlos. Ow.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
And Outlander, how fast you need to hit those boulders actually varies dramatically depending on which direction the monster is going. If they're coming from this area going up that way, then yes, you have to be fast getting there. But if they're coming from where the dam is going this way, you actually have plenty of time. Like, your Sacred will jump over the rocks to get to where it's going faster than whatever monster is going to swim through there. So yeah, if they're coming from the dam going here, basically all the time in the world. And let's see how we do on vouchers. There's certificates, tickets, and we got 2. I mean, hey, 2 tickets from 1 AT is never bad. And I actually need to accept this login bonus now because there's going to be a new one in 7 minutes. Oh. Okay, I could have accepted it right from the start of the stream. And it's time for me to finally make the feline Uthduna Gamma gear, which, as you can see, has been in my wish list for some time now.
Watch this.
Oh, good. Very good.
Hey there, Wolfkinson. Alright, so... Why is AT Ray Dao before AT Uthduna in the list when AT Ray Dao came first? Like, all the other 9 stars are... Well, not all of them, but many of them are in the order... Or, well, not 9 stars. Many of the AT... Or, yeah, everything here and up, mostly. Which I guess isn't everything. Lots of the things from here up are in the order they were added. I guess the ATs, except for Uthduna. Like, this is the most recent, this is the next most recent. But then these 2 are in the wrong order. What gives? I'm not going to use a voucher on AT Ray Dao. Mainly because it's the one I believe I need the fewest tickets from.
Quest accepted.
Yeah, Wolfkinson, today's theme is AT Festival. Because I need more AT tickets, and I figure other people could probably also do to have excuses for AT tickets. And sure enough, using a layered, or not, using an equipment set does not change my layered gear appearance. So let's just go unlayered. We're gonna see a lot of this axe, but it'll at least change color every quest. And still got 30 minutes on my food buff. So, off we go. Wolfkinson, have you transcended all of your Ray Dow armor? Because if not, you do still need Ray Dow tickets.
Commencing quest now. Are you prepared?
What are you gonna do without those extra 8 points of defense per piece? At a cost of 3 AT tickets each. Yeah, transcending armor you're not using isn't a priority, definitely. Though I would say there are 1 or 2 pieces of AT Ray Dow gear that are absolutely worth transcending. Mainly just because of how many armor sets are enabled by specific Ray Dow pieces. Those being the gloves and the hat. It's still kind of hard to actually get a good replacement for the AT Ray Dow hat. It's just very slot efficient. I'm so glad the patch made it so that I get to use more of my moveset than just the full release loop. Like, I'm actually using standard sword swings and not losing damage for it. And because I'm using so many sword swings, I actually have to go into axe mode sometimes in order to refill my meter. I need to get better about refilling my meter before it's fully empty. I'm too used to doing the full release loop, which keeps your meter pretty topped up just from the loop. And now, full release loop is actually a damage loss over just this standard combo. That said, while it may be a damage loss, it's not a big one. And full release does still have its place following focus strikes. Though I will say, I'm using my sharpness a lot faster than I used to because of the combo change. I'm definitely starting to see why all of the theory crafters who try and calculate the best possible sets are starting to recommend that Ardean switch axes have 2 sharpness affixes. I was only going with 1 before because 1 was enough to be super comfortable, usually only sharpen like once on. But now, I need to sharpen 2 or 3 times a hunt, generally.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
Because I'm just hitting things so many more times. Not spending 2 seconds charging up full release every, like, 9 seconds. Yeah, literally, just in Title Update 3, I was kind of complaining how in order to keep up with other weapons' damage output, Switch Axe has to do full release spam. And then, Title Update 4, they fixed that. While also making it so that full release spam itself is safer, because now we can dodge out of charging the full release. So, that Thunder Poke is apparently not offsettable. Because I did my offset damage, but still took the hit. Yeah, Outlander, it is indeed Switch Axe again. It's not as switchy as it was in Sunbreak. Back when Quick Switch actually was good for Switch Axe. Oh dang, we got both Fulgurite wing breaks at the same time. I honestly do still miss the rapid morph loop from Sunbreak, because it was really satisfying. But I am plenty comfortable with Switch Axe as it is now. This feels nice. Yeah, you're not going anywhere yet, buddy. Would have loved if I actually landed any of that full release. Long distance carving. Congrats on your gem. Oh, if you're getting multiple bolt gems from the tail, that means that you're doing AT farming wrong. For ATs, you gotta have the Kunafa meal, because it gives you better chances at more,
Set a bomb.
tickets.
Bomb set.
I've set a bomb.
I do not fully trust myself to get this, but dang it, I'll try. Hey, I got it. Man, looking back on this game's launch, it's still kind of hard to believe they chose for the first impression the game gives to be the Windward Plains in the fallow. Like, there are so many more visually impressive locales and seasons this game has to offer. And they chose just the brownest one. Really not giving a good first impression, but like, you come here during the inclemency, things look pretty colorful at least. Like, yeah, there's a lot of gray on screen, but we got some nifty blues going on. There's visual interest here. But just out in the early... Oh, hey, 2 tickets again. Out in the early zones in the fallow, it's just everything's gray-brown. This game's got so much more to offer.
Yes.
And next, it is octopus time. Whoops, I did not choose the right base camp. Hang on.
Quest accepted. Perhaps some other time then.
So let's grab the new login bonus. Hey, would you look at that? And also, let's grab the new dailies.
I've got a special announcement.
Oh, hey, we're gonna get this one. And honestly, going out of our way to get 4 Piragil in exchange for 2 silver relic tickets and a heavy armor sphere, probably worth it.
All right. I'm here to meet me.
Yeah, Wolfkinson, it definitely does make the inclemency and plenty more impressive by comparison, but like, if they had started us in, say, the Scarlet Forest during the fallow, that would have been a much better first impression than the Windward Plains during the fallow.
Make sure you're prepared.
And off we go for spicy octopus.
Received supply
You know, I think a strong case could be made that every AT new Udra, or not every AT, every tempered new Udra we hunt is a female. Why do I say that? Because every time there is a tempered new Udra here, you can see new Udra eggs hanging from the ceiling in this area. And they're only there if you're fighting a tempered new Udra. Never a standard one. And they're there every time you fight a tempered new Udra.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
And I mean, knowing how real-life octopi work, though admittedly new Udra doesn't have to work like a real-life octopus. It is very different from a real-life octopus. But real-life octopi, it's always the female who tends the eggs. I think there is strong evidence that every tempered and AT new Udra we hunt is a female. Shame I can't roll through this tentacle and get to those eyes. Tried to counter, but was out of sword juice. Early on my counter attempt there. Really wish I could counter that. But hey, free hits for you.
Over here, bub. I'm your target.
Oops. Ran out of sword juice again. I need to get better at sword juice management. But I spent basically the whole game not managing my sword juice. It's gonna take time to get used to it. I was behind you, ma'am.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
It's always fun when a new Udra is moving to a new area and carries you along for the ride. Faster to just go to this base camp that I've gone to, 14 I think it is, instead of following the new Udra. Things you learn from doing the challenge quest.
Leave this to me.
And nappy time. That stalactite will not hit if we use it. But there's still another frog that we can
Set a bomb.
go ahead and
Bomb set.
utilize.
I've set a bomb. I've set a bomb.
And I guess just kablooey. Well, so much for that. Oh well. Oh, nice flame gem, cat. Always nice when your cat plunders something on your wish list for you.
Excellent use of the terrain. Power up activated.
What did I do to you, Cranodats? You just come at me out of nowhere. Gotta say, the audio-visual feedback when you get a successful offset feels so good. And also they did a good job with the rumble on it too. Like, just all of the feedback for a successful offset feels fantastic. Especially if you also... Ooh, nicely done. Especially if you also get the offset knockdown, but... you don't always get those with a successful offset.
Don't mind if I do.
Congrats on your gem.
Additional supplies have been placed in your sacred's pouch.
Nimble as a cat. It says it. Cat.
Pretty sure this is the most arms I have ever seen severed from an AT New Udra.
Almost there. Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
It's always weird how if you enrage a new Udra while it's trying to change areas, it will do a silent roar. You still get the roar effect, but there's no roar sound. Also, we've turned this new Udra into a lefty. Oh boy, another gem.
Progress on your wish list.
I gotta say, when you think about the handlers responding to you carving a wish list item from an in-universe perspective, that means that in-universe, our hunters actually have a wish list. Like, they've written down on a list, oh boy, I hope I get a new Udra flame gem. Dang it. There we go. Again, really wish I could counter that pin. Hey, we've completely disarmed the octopus.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Do you bring Partbreaker or something? Or have we just been doing a very good job of targeting the tentacles? Uh-oh, I dodged into it. But it worked out just fine. Still kind of amusing that the severed tentacles keep wiggling even after the body itself is dead.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Okay, you do in fact have Partbreaker. That makes sense that we got so many arms then. Hey, 2 tickets again. And 2 more flame gems. Hooray, I've got more than my wish list needed. And hey, the diva's singing. We only caught the end of the song, but it's still something. Apparently we don't get a buff for listening to so little of it, though. So actually, instead of anything from my wish list, I'm going to find the A2 New Udra chest. There it is. And add that to my wish list. Oh, it's on my wish list. Never mind. Because apparently that is a very solid piece that a lot of good Switch Axe sets use. Though admittedly, they tend to run a little bit shy on comfort slots.
Do you have any requests?
But what I can do
A sage choice.
is make
Watch
that
this.
Good. Another satisfied customer.
okay. Now let's actually get ourselves a Diva buff or AT Jindahad coming up. That one's such a good song. Like, it's the new Monster Hunter Wilds one, but they did a good one.
Yes.
And now, time for the newest AT.
I'm counting
on you.
Not gonna lie, I would have been really tempted to stick around if the CDS one had started. Of course, if we had stuck around much longer, she would have started singing Proof of a Hero, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal to leave for a quest while that's playing. So it's a good thing we got out. I was too far back for the roar to affect me. Ow. All right, I need to have a hot drink.
Can't move.
I have shockproof. I couldn't have helped you even if I tried. Dang, that weak point does not stay open long. Oh, interesting. I just learned of a new weak point. I had not previously been aware that after it does the chest-centered frost gas expulsion thing, the chest becomes a weak point. This move. Yeah, chest becomes a weak point. I'm gonna have to try getting that at some point. Of course, it'd help if it came out sooner so that I could get my counter off easy. And that time, I just was not paying enough attention. So apparently in a dev interview, they did in fact confirm that having all of these metal fins on Jin Dahad like this was in fact based on CPU coolers and radiators and stuff to give it a cold appearance. And they also confirmed that the mouth design was at least somewhat based off of moray eels, with having like way too many rows of teeth, some of which converge towards the back of the mouth. And it's got multiple simple eyes on each side of its head, like some leeches and stuff do. Basically, Jintahad's an amalgam of weird-looking animals and machinery, just to make it look alien and cold. Dang it, I almost got my counter out in time. I pressed it, just not quite early enough. Nicely done. Not sure how I got the tail ice plate, but we take those, I guess.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Nicely done again. It does not seem that the lower body ice gas leaves a weak point. Well, I'm glad you got that, because I sure didn't. Wow, that just straight up missed me?
Time to go on the offensive.
And up he goes. And down he comes. Dang it. I hate when I get a break doing that. It's just a wasted knockdown.
You may be able to hide behind a rock.
Oh, interesting. His chest was a weak point after that, too. Didn't notice it fast enough. But it was definitely a weak point. And now the back is officially harmable.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
I feel like the tail should not be one of the possible plunder targets. I think he's gonna fall this way. Yeah. Dang, we got the leg break, not the back break. It's another knockdown we've been denied. It looks like the back left leg has yet to break, so we can at least break that for a knockdown to get us access to the back again. And we'll also get access to the back after this. Oh, that was close. There we go. Ow.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound. Look out. We'll have to carve it later.
And I got the weak point this time. And it seems that it doesn't really function any different from any other weak point, animation-wise. Which is a little sad. Well, I was a little too early in trying to get that offset, but the Jindahad missed me, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Just a little more.
Tried to counter there, but I guess I was just a little bit too early to be able to chain into it. It's the first time I've actually seen AT Jindahad do that move. Which is what it does instead of the big AoE that you have to hide behind rocks for when you've broken its back. And nicely done. Boy, a gem. I mean, hey, Wolfkinson, I wasn't playing perfectly that hunt either. It's totally fine. And hey, 2 tickets again. I have yet to get a 1-ticket AT quest today so far, which is nice. 1-ticket AT quests suck. Dang, if this had better slots, this would be an amazing charm. Handicraft crit draw agitator? Not bad. I already made the agitator charm?
Do you have any requests?
Oh, takes more tickets than the Phoenix charm. Interesting. Is the Phoenix charm the first time a charm has only needed one AT ticket? Feels like they really should have done that for, like, say, the defense charm.
My hammer is yours anytime.
Okay, see you later. Good hunting starts with good eating.
And now to repeat the cycle.
Make sure you're prepared.
Since I've got a quest posted, we can't pick up any of the barrel bombs here, but we can at least look at them. Well then. If you can get one of these to explode right in the middle of this platform, you'll get a ton of these medium targets. I want to give this one a try after we do the Tooth-Tuna.
The monster are we after this time?
Okay, well, let's be on our way.
That's our target.
Really, the tail pulling along got me there. Someone wants to have rocks dropped on them. Unfortunately, Uthduna has a good example of the elemental weapons dilemma. In that the face takes actually really good elemental damage. But if you want to do the most cut damage possible, you have to hit the arms. Hammers don't have to make the distinction. But if you're using a cut weapon that is an element weapon, you have to choose between the arms for better cut damage or the face for better element damage. And I think usually it ends up working out that you do more damage if you go for the arms anyway. Which then makes it so that element weapons themselves aren't as useful against Uthduna as they would be. It's kind of sad. Wow, how did I not take damage from that? Like, my counter missed. And Uthduna practically landed right on top of me. How did I not get hit? And Wolfkinson, I have shock proof. I don't believe there's anything you can do to help me if I get stunned. Power Clash. Not gonna lie, sometimes I forget Sword and Shield can do those. Especially against such a large monster.
Quick, you can use that as slinger ammo.
I wish I knew exactly how much damage that full Pierce Pod did on Ifuna. Like, I saw a lot of small numbers. I just want to know how much they add up to.
More supplies have been added.
Got it on the ground! Time to go on the offensive! Shot that down and ready for it.
And nicely done.
Make sure to grab anything a monster leaves behind.
I do enjoy carving from the highest point on a monster. And my first single ticket AT quest of the day. Probably be something after the last quest. If I just kept my mouth shut, maybe I would have kept getting multi-ticket quests.
Yes.
Make sure you're prepared.
God, I wanted to do the barrel bowling. Can still do it after Ray Dow, though. Whoops.
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Yeah, Wolfkinson, I know not to complain too much about getting single ticket AT quests. That's how most of them have gone for me. I know it's luck to get more than one. The fact that I've gotten so many tickets today, I have been very lucky. I do not take that for granted. And 4 new Udra Flame Gems, too. I mean, yeah, I've been lucky today. Especially considering I needed 3 new Udra Flame Gems. I love offsetting monsters out of the air. It feels so good. Offsets already feel good. But when you knock them out of the air with one, it's like, yeah, I got you.
The terrain there. I think we can use it in combat.
Can't offset a railgun.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Dang it. I was trying to counter, not to morph.
Use that as slinger ammo.
It is amazing that after 333 hours playing this game according to Steam, Alma still feels the need to tell me what slinger ammo is. Well, that's not the best timed para, but it works. Probably be a little better if he wasn't trying to charge up his big railgun, after which he would have left us a weak point. But then again, better while he's charging than after he's fired it and we struck the weak point.
Looks like we're moving to a new area.
We can carve materials from other parts.
Where is Second part. There it is. Doesn't save a whole lot of time, but it does save some to fast travel over here.
All right.
That is not offsetable. I'm glad I was able to get out of the way.
Use the flashlight cage to bring it down. Follow the flashlight. Just a little more.
Dang. Not the greatest timing for a flash, but hey. Still gonna beat this thing. I hope Ray Dow is good in Monster Hunter Stories 3. But then again, I hope Ivory Laggy is in the game and better. I am the picture of stealth.
This is a rare research opportunity. Can't let it go to waste.
And another single ticket quest, but again, that's the norm.
Yes.
And now it is once again octopus time. Wait. It's not octopus time yet. I need to cancel this quest.
You're prepared. Of course. Come back soon.
Wow, I am getting some huge frame drops. Why? Why am I only at 44 FPS? This is wrong? Hang on, there's probably something going on in the background on my computer that I need to stop. Task Manager, what is going on? Task Manager says that only Monster Hunter Wilds is really going on. So why then suddenly performance bad? My GPU utilization isn't like through the roof or anything. So why suddenly performance bad? Oh, just gonna... Performance still bad. Why, game? Don't know how we're supposed to get the what out to the back, guys. What if I go to the options and take a look? What if I say, hey, go to balance DLSS for a bit? That hasn't really saved performance. What if I go to performance? I am still sub 60, according to my FPS reader. Okay, here's an idea. I will be right back. I'm gonna close and relaunch the game. So, I'm still gonna be here on voice, but we're gonna have a dark screen for a moment. And yeah, I have no idea why my performance was taking such a hit. Like, Task Manager didn't show any real major background tasks going on. And yet, it was just suddenly performance bad. And no, Outlander, I hadn't alt-tabbed until after the performance already started being bad. And like, my CPU's running hot-ish, but not hot enough that it should be throttling. If I look at my HW info... Let's see here. Yeah, no part of my CPU should have thermal throttled at all during any of that. The highest core temp I had was 84C, which is well below thermal throttling range. CPU package never got above 85C. So yeah, nothing should have throttled there. What about with my GPU? GPU-wise... Apparently there was one point where it spiked up to 820 watts. That shouldn't happen. But in terms of actual stuff going on, core load never got above 89%. Temps? Where are the temps? I cannot see the temps. Well, hey, game knows where we're going next. That's nice. I don't know where they've hidden the temps for this. Ah, there it is. Yeah, highest temp on the GPU was 78C, which, yeah, still well below throttling range. So I have no idea why performance was bad. Yeah, Outlander, the 5090 should not ever draw 820 watts, but it must have been a transient spike. Considering what I've got plugged into it, the maximum it should ever be able to draw is 600 watts sustained. So yeah, 820 watt spikes are interesting. Anyway, let's get back to this lobby. Why did a bunch of spaces get entered? G79L 93RT. Maybe that's why performance was bad. There were 93 ray tracings enabled in this lobby. Okay, this is... As soon as I got back here, performance went back down. Is something about the Grand Hub causing problems? Let's just do a quick trip to the oil well to see if my frame rate stays bad. If it does, I might have to just call this a stream early. I hope it doesn't, though. Okay, no, we are still really low. I'm in the 30s. And yet GPU load is sitting at 60%. CPU load is at 50%, which is relatively high. Like, I don't think this game really pushes the CPU that hard usually. I mean, kind of hard, but not that hard. So, like, what gives, game? I have an idea, but it's going to involve quitting the game one more time. I'm not going to give up on this stream just yet, because I still want to complete a second round through both AT, or the all 4 ATs, which means another new Udra, another Jindad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to once again save and quit. I will be back. We just get a black screen for a bit. And let's open Steam. Hey, Monster Hunter Wilds, show me your local files. Where is it? Where is it? We're going to have to recompile shaders. But sometimes that'll fix things. Shader Cache 2, goodbye. Monster Hunter Wilds, please launch again so that we can recompile shaders on screen. And it'll be a full shader recompile, so it won't be quick. But then again, it will be quicker than it used to because they moved some of the shader compilation outside of the... Okay, that was too fast. That was disturbingly fast. But hey, if it works, it works. Let's find out. So once again, G79L93 ray tracing. Please? No. I'm still in the 30s and 40s. Which to some people is good enough. But damn it, I paid for a 5090. I did not pay to get 30 FPS. But what happens if I tell it, hey, let's cap the frame rate at 30? Do I have a stable 30? I do have a stable 30, but oh man, does this feel bad. I have been spoiled for frame rates. Actually, I haven't been spoiled. I paid for frame rates. You can't be spoiled for something you paid for. What if I tell it to uncap the frame rate? Does that help? Of course not, because I had it capped at a higher frame rate than I was getting. You know, usually when you tell a system or a game to uncap the frame rate, you actually see the load on your CPU and GPU increase, but no, it is staying static at 51% and 49%. They're both hanging at about 50% load. And yet my performance is not going up when I tell it, hey, uncap yourself. So, yeah, there's something very wrong here that was not wrong until we finished that last quest, but now it is consistently wrong, and I do not like it. My guess, hang on, I've got a guess. I have a guess. I'm gonna tab out and check something real quick. Windows, are you doing this to me? Is it your fault? If I go over to Windows Update... No, my updates are still paused, so it definitely didn't auto-update anything. What about you, NVIDIA app? Are you causing problems? It does say I've got a new driver available, but downloading and installing that and getting back to stream probably wouldn't be a great thing to do. So yeah, I have no idea at all what happened that suddenly ruined my performance. All I know is my performance is now capping out at like 47 FPS, which I'm not a fan. And I would rather figure out what's wrong than continue this stream at this point. So unfortunately, we're not going to make it through 2 rounds of the ATs. But yeah, that's just how things got to be. So thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. And I will be back on Friday for another stream of something. Probably Ribbon Road, but we'll see. Either way, Friday. See you then, friends. Apologies for the unfortunate ending here, but technology, am I right?
Come on.